Our guest today is Lance McGowan. He is an author, an educator, and also a YouTuber, educating and helping thousands of people improve their health with natural solutions. He also set up wellness programs for corporations to reduce their healthcare costs, improve quality of life, and reduce the risk of premature death. I'm very excited today because today is actually the first time we recorded in a studio, and we had a really, really cool conversation around health and wellness. So definitely stick around because you will get a ton from this one.
Thing would be, are they looking for something better? So that's kind of tied to the motivated one, but are they looking for something better? Yes, she was looking, and that's why she called me and asked me some questions. But the fourth thing that I mentioned is probably the most important, and it has to do with the mindset, and is, do they have an investor mindset or do they have a limited belief system? What I mean by that is an investor mindset is the same where if you're like, hey, I have $100,000, Lance, you're a financial advisor, I'm going to invest this with you in a year. Can I get $110,000? Maybe get 10%, beat inflation? And I'd be like, I'm a financial advisor. I got all these years under my belt. Market's pretty good. I can do that for you. So I will take your money and give you $110,000 back. So 10% return. That's an investor mindset. A limited belief system says, hey, this is going to cost me $100,000. This is an expense that I don't want to incur. I don't care how much of a return it is. I don't even know if I'm going to get a return. I know there's no risk without a reward, but I'm just not willing to give my money to somebody that's credible, a financial advisor, when the market conditions are good or bad or whatever it is. But it's too much of an expense. Even though I have my house paid off and everything else is good, but limited belief system says that this is an expense. This is an additional cost. This is something that I'm not already going to spend money on anyway. Yet that same person is going to drop $100,000 on real estate and then be like, oh, well, yeah, real estate's good. And it's just like, well, hold on, you have the money, anyway. So they have that limited belief system that doesn't allow them to make a decision. So if I could summarize, it's you got to basically have a pain point. You have to be motivated to change. You have to be looking for something better, and you have to have an investor mindset. And those are my clients that have seen the best success. If you're missing 1, 2, 3, or all those things, then it doesn't guarantee your long-term success.
No, that's really good summary. Do you help people, let's say if they're missing number 2 and 3, do you help them have that, or they have to come to you with all 4?
If somebody has 0 of those, then what I do is ask questions and educate to help see. Because they may say, I don't have any health concerns, but I'd be like, do you struggle with sleep? No. Energy? No. Digestion? No. Cold and flu? Yeah, sometimes. Okay, how often do you get cold? And then we have a conversation, and I figure out that. So they went from, no, I don't have any health concerns, to, yeah, I kind of get that every once in a while. I would like to not have that as much, or not be as severe, or not have to go to the doctor for it, or da-da-da-da-da. So that's cool. We have a conversation. And then, yeah, so every one of those points I help them. I'd be like, okay, so you're not really motivated to make a decision. You don't want to make any sacrifices right now. You don't want to replace what you're spending on antibiotics or over-the-counter with something natural. But how much do you spend on antibiotics and other stuff that's over-the-counter? Oh, I don't know. Could you look maybe at your bank statement? Oh, yeah, I probably spend about $500 a year. Oh, so you already spend money on that. Okay. Could you allocate a budget to the natural side for things that would replace, not additional costs, replace what that was? Maybe, or no, or yes. So every little thing can be managed through questions and education. And so that's my approach to help. I don't give cookie cutter solutions, although there are a number of health issues that people oftentimes have, and so I can provide pretty standard recommendations. A, B, C, especially if A doesn't work or B doesn't work, then you have C, and then I can go to D, E, F if need be. But yeah, so it's just building relationships, becoming somebody that people know, like, and trust, and helping them when they're ready.
When they're ready.
I mean, the most common thing that I say is, like, if you're going to make a decision, you need to identify what your health concerns are. You have to have some type of budget for it. And then you have to think about the timing of it. Do you want to get started today, tomorrow, next week, next year? But I encourage people not to procrastinate with their health, because Murphy's Law likes to pop up when you least expect it, which basically says anything that could could go wrong will go wrong. And that could apply to your health or other things, finances. So, and that's why I also focus a little bit on financial education. My YouTube channel will have that, even though it's not a popular topic per se, or it's something maybe my audience is not used to, but it's still very important. If you don't take care of your health, then you have more financial expenses. If you don't take care of your finances, you won't be able to pay for the things that can take care of your health. So it's this vicious circle, or it can be a circle of life. It's just how you look at it, mindset. So I'm very big on mindset. I think everything starts there. What you think becomes, what you say becomes what you do. So, and Tony Robbins is big in saying that thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. What you think becomes things in your life.
End up manifesting it.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah, you either attract the good or the bad, or based on what you think. So yeah, I think that I'm more of like a facilitator of health, and the educator aspect of it, instructor. Just kind of, everyone has the answer. I'm just helping them pull it out.
Yeah, that's a good
when
point.
they're ready.
When they're ready.
I don't ever force. I don't pressure. I don't hard sell. I don't do anything of that. Just all attraction marketing. Just here's who I am. Here's what I'm about. You're either about that life or you're not. If you're not ready, cool. You know where I'm at. You need YouTube. I got assets and books and stuff that you can read. But if not, hey, change the channel. So you can go somewhere else.
Really cool, really cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start to wrap things up here shortly.
Okay, cool.
Can you tell us where can people find you?
Yes. So you can find me on YouTube by Googling Lance McGowan, or going into YouTube search and typing in Lance McGowan. Or you can go to my website, lancemcgowan.com, and learn about my book and the other products and services that I offer when it comes to, I should probably look at this camera, when it comes to actually handling stress in the workplace. But yeah, that'll be really great, and that is an awesome resource. So lancemcgowan.com or on YouTube, Lance McGowan are the two best ways to stay connected or learn more about what I do.
Great. The name of the show is called The Wellness Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
If I offer the term wellness to you, what does that mean?
Oh, what does wellness mean? It means, I think true wellness means freedom. It means you can have the quality of life you want. And from a very practical standpoint, it means three things. It means being able to it means living longer. It may be extending your life 7 to 12 years. That's number one. It means, number two, prolonging when chronic disease happens. And it also means, number three, shortening the amount of time that chronic disease lasts. So if I can go from 60 years old, life expectancy, to 100, and instead of chronic disease hitting me when I'm 50, if I can postpone it till I'm 90, and instead of it lasting the last 10 years of my life, it maybe just lasts the last year of my life, or something along those lines in that analogy, then that would be a really great accomplishment, I think, for true wellness, and having as much quality of life all before then.
Lance McGowan, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So definitely check out Lance's website at lancemcgowan.com. Also, his YouTube channel is very popular. Also, check out his book. And help Lance meet his dream goal of reaching 1 million people by sharing this message today.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Let me know. Shoot me a Facebook message. Go to drjohnr.com and leave a message. Leave a review on iTunes. I want to hear what's your thoughts on our first studio production. You can also shoot me an email at thewellnesscafepodcast@gmail.com. Once again, thank you so much for being here today, listening and enjoying the conversation with me and Lance. Hopefully, you pull out some nuggets from our conversation today. And I want to challenge you, really challenge you. Please take one of those principles and apply it and see how that can change your life. And if this message struck you in some way, shape, or form, definitely pass it on to someone who needs to hear it. because you never know how far reaching your words and action can go. It might change someone's life as well. Remember, guys, wellness is not the destination, but the sum of actions that you take every single day to be better. I'm Dr. John, and I will see you next time on the Wellness Cafe.